You can call me Cliff, and I'm back with another command creation. So you know how normally in Minecraft, when you go through portals in creative mode, you just go through instantly like that? But as soon as you want to go through a portal in survival mode, it just takes forever. You know, the stupid loading animation and stuff. Well, I've created a command contraption that solves that. And it's available not only in one command, but also in function. So, now, if you happen to be in survival mode, and you go through a portal, it's instant. Similarly, my command/function also fixes the same problem in adventure mode. So, how does it work? Well, I actually have a couple of methods. My first method involves these 4 command blocks here. You start out right here, where you execute a person in survival mode to detect that they're in a portal, and you set their game mode to 1, or creative mode. Then, the next tick, after they've traveled through the portal, you execute at anybody in creative mode who is inside of a portal, and you set them to adventure mode, and then you execute at anybody in adventure mode to set them back to survival mode. But so that they don't go back through the portal immediately, if a person who has just been set to survival mode is in a portal, you set their game mode back to adventure mode. Now, this works for survival mode, but if you're using this version, then when you go through a portal in creative mode, it sets you to survival mode, and you can't do this with adventure mode at the same time as well, because it uses adventure mode as an intermediary thing. So I came up with this better method, which is what I used in the command contraption and in the function. The function's technically a bit different because of the limitations of functions. You can't use conditional command blocks in functions, so I had to do a workaround, but it's basically this method. So, it starts with some scoreboard objectives. Technically, it's just one scoreboard objective for survival mode and one for adventure mode. And similarly, one of these lines is for command blocks is for survival mode, and one is for adventure mode. And they're basically doing the same thing. So I'll just go through one of them. So you start with the scoreboard objective. I called it Portal, and I called the one for adventure mode Portal 2. And it's a dummy scoreboard objective, which means nothing else will affect it other than these commands here. So, first of all, you add 0 to everyone's portal score, which puts them on the scoreboard so that these commands can detect them. Then, similarly to these commands over here, you detect a person in survival mode, but this time who also has a portal score of 0, and you detect that they're in a portal, but this time, instead of setting their game mode to 1, or creative mode initially, you give them a portal score of 1. Then, you set anyone with a portal score of 1 who is at game mode 0 into game mode 1. Then, the next tick, after they've gone through the portal, you set anyone in game mode 1 with a portal score of 1 to a portal score of 2. This means you don't have to set them into adventure mode, and you can do the same thing for adventure mode at the same time. Then, you execute anyone with a portal score of 2, and you set their game mode back to survival mode. Since the only people whose portal score was set to 2 are people whose portal score was initially set to 1, i.e. they were initially in survival mode, This doesn't set anybody who was always in creative mode into survival mode unnecessarily. Now, this command block sets anybody whose portal score is at least 2 to a portal score of 0. But this command block conditionally detects if that just happened and then sets anybody whose portal score is 0 to a portal score of 3 if they're still in a portal. This means they don't immediately travel back through the portal. That's why this one only is scoreboard portal min equals 2, because that means even when the portal score is 3, this will still activate and keep people in this loop here. But these ones earlier, which detect a portal score of exactly 2, won't, and so the person's game mode won't be constantly changed. That's another benefit of this system over this system. And once a person steps out of the portal, this will set their score of portal back to 0, and this won't set it immediately to 3, so they'll just stay with a score of 0 until the next time they step into a portal and everything happens again. So if you want the one command, there should be a link in the description to where you can copy that command from, and a card in the top right that should link you to a video of mine explaining how to install one commands. If you want the function, I don't have a video explaining how to install functions, but the link to the function file should be in the description. So, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, stay crafty.